This is the Earie 1, my latest acquisition for my vintage computer collection. I've not even powered it on yet to find out if it works. Unfortunately, it came with no leads, cables or power adapters, and I need a quick way of finding out whether it works before I spend money on replacement parts. The Earie 1 takes a standard sized barrel jack with center positive 9 volts, so I can use my bench power supply for that. Video is via an RF connector, but I don't know if it's PAL, NTSC or CCAM, and rather than messing about figuring that out, I'm going to use a composite mod to go. Today in this rapid retro episode, I'm going to show you how to build a handy composite mod to go cable that you can clip on and off anytime. It doesn't modify the computer in any way and can be removed as easily as it's installed. Welcome back to Earie's 8-Bit Workshop. I'm Earie Salmon. Sometimes when troubleshooting or demonstrating vintage computers, you want a better video quality than the RF modulator gives you, or you might not have the correct monitor for the RF signal being produced, but don't want to solder or change anything permanently inside the machine. That's where a composite mod to go cable comes in handy. It taps into the composite video signal that feeds into the RF modulator using an alligator clip and a slightly modified RCA cable. It's quick, reversible, and keeps your machine unmodified, perfect for repairs, demos, or temporary setups. Here's what you need to build your cable: a male-to-male RCA cable, wire strippers and knives, short wire with alligator clip attached, a 100 microfarad capacitor, a soldering iron, an electrical tape, or heat shrink. Now you might be wondering, don't most composite mods use a transistor and a couple of resistors? Well, that's true if you're pulling the signal directly from a video chip, but here the RF signal has already been buffered and amplified for the RF modulator before it gets turned into a TV channel. That means we can grab it straight from the modulator's input and send it right to the monitor. Without further amplification, it can look dim, but the capacitor we're using helps to remove the DC bias in the signal and make it look a little brighter without using an amplifier. A quick note before we start: the composite video signal does not include audio. Even though the RF modulator generally sends out both video and audio combined in its RF output to your TV, the composite video input line itself carries video only and no sound. The Earie 1's audio comes from a built-in speaker, so we wouldn't have audio on the RF signal anyway. So if you use this mod cable, you'll get a clean picture, but you will have to connect audio separately if you want sound that isn't produced by a built-in speaker. Separate the video cable and cut it. Strip back the insulation on both sides. Be very light with your cutting. Most RCA ground cable shields are composed of very thin wires and we don't want to strip them off. Cut the center conductor signal wire at that spot and trim back the end closest to the side of the computer. We don't need that bit. Leave the ground wire, the braided shield, connected all the way through. This maintains the common ground reference. If you must cut the wire, then use a small piece of wire across the joint in order to make it a strong solder. Solder the longer side of the cut signal wire to the negative side of 100 microfarad capacitor. and the positive to your short wire with the alligator clip attached. Use tape or heat shrink to isolate the capacitor. Then insulate the whole soldered connection carefully with tape or heat shrink. Okay, let's see how to use it on your vintage computer. Let's use the Earie one as an example. Open your computer and locate the RF modulator box. Find the composite video input pin or wire going into the modulator at the side. Attach the alligator clip firmly to the video input line. Connect the RCA plugs to the back of the RF modulator as usual. Ground stays intact. Run the RCA male out to your monitor or capture device. You'll now get a clean composite signal without permanently modifying anything inside your computer. Well, it's good to see that it works, even if the Earie doesn't seem to think so. It looks like I've got some more troubleshooting to do in order to repair this one and bring it back to life, but at least I know what state it's in. It'll never look as good as a permanent mod, but for the purposes we need, that's okay. Remember, keep the wire short and secure for best signal quality. This is a temporary setup. Don't rely on it for daily use or transport. Be very careful not to short anything on the inside of the RF box when clipping on. If you're taking it from an IC output pin, please do not attach it to the IC with the power on. You'll almost certainly touch neighbouring pins and cause a short as you attach it. Well, this cable has saved me hours while troubleshooting and filming demos. It's quick to set up and leaves your classic gear untouched. If you found this helpful, please do like the video, subscribe to Earie's 8-Bit Workshop, hit the bell icon, and you'll never miss another Retro Rapid or Retro Tech tutorial. Thank you so much for watching Earie's 8-Bit Workshop. We'll see you soon for more Retro Tech goodness. Goodbye.